All right, good evening. Oh crap, it's not showing me if the camera is actually picking up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Make sure we have audio. It's been a while since we had this problem. So let's see who we got here real fast. Luna, good to see you. Mysterious, good to see you. Terror, good to see you. Radu, good to see you. Kaylee, welcome. Carwa, welcome. And Emily, good to see you. Tara, thank you very much. I appreciate you letting me know that. Again, it's not showing me my mic's working, so been a while since we had that little issue. So hey, we just do one, right? But mug's up, it's working. Oh, that's good coffee. I needed that. It's been a crazy weekend. Luna, hope you're feeling well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Keeping my health up and in place. It never shows it works properly. Yeah, well, hey, at least it's working, right? Let's go with that one. So first off, I hope everyone had a great weekend, and for those who celebrated Beltane, I hope you had a wonderful Beltane as well. Myself, I got together with some friends to celebrate a birthday party. There was some bad karaoke, some shenanigans. We grilled, we ran a smoker, had a crawfish boil. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, good laughs, good people ain't seen in a while. So, and May 1st is also my friend Raven's birthday, so we also celebrated her birthday. So it was just one massive day of shenanigans with good friends. So that was a lot of fun for me this weekend. Third day boogie got me some Death Wish coffee. Hey, mugs up. That is good stuff. I really like this stuff. I don't get paid to recommend them, but they are good. Little Earth Dragon, good to see you this evening. Also, do remember these live streams, we're getting busier and busier, which is great. The community's getting bigger. So do remember we have the super chats and the stickers. So if you want to just make a small donation to support the work we're doing, to keep us up and running, because y'all know I have bad luck with technology. And really those donations go to keep cameras running and stuff. We highly appreciate that. Or if you want to make a small donation because you have a really important question and for whatever reason it keeps getting missed in the live streams, you can also do that. The super chats flash up real big on my screen. Make sure I'll see it, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And do please keep all questions YouTube appropriate. Also, because no matter how much you donate, if it's not YouTube appropriate, I can't answer it on YouTube. You know how that is. See here, we got some stuff happening. Had some magical happenings. Makes me wonder if I'm really was magic or just crazy coincidence. Tara, in my experience, there's no such thing as coincidence. Emily, my cat is laying in front of the speaker, and when you started talking, I was like, what? Hello, kitty kitty. Hey, Radu. Hey, you finally made one, mate. What's up? Glad you can make it. I'm going to eat and watch for a bit. Oh, yeah, make sure you get you something to eat, Tara. Kaylee, I've never seemed to catch you live because I'm working, but I finally made it. First time here. Hey, Kaylee, welcome. I've seen some of your comments and stuff because I was recognizing your little picture down there. So I actually thought you had been here. But hey, grats for making it and welcome to your first live stream. Magickal Coffee Hour is a little more laid back usually, occasionally goofy, but we all have fun and we do get some questions answered. Unknown person, what happens? Okay, unknown person. I don't know if YouTube will let me read this one out loud, so I'll go ahead and answer it though. No, in the case of that really would depend on the belief system of the individual. Different cultures and different beliefs have a different viewpoint on that matter. So if you are of a religion and belief and you actually believe it, then you may have to, not necessarily like an eternal punishment, but you may have to make an atonement for it before you move on to a more common, peaceful afterlife. But that's only for those. For other cultures and beliefs that do not have said beliefs, death is death. The biggest side effect to that is stopping the journey early cuts out progression and growth. And that's something that has repercussions because if you're not progressing, you're not growing, you're really interfering with your own ascent and breaking the cycle and actually growing and ascending. Bestest Wolf, yes, you did make it. Welcome. Is that Satomi? Cool name. How do you become one of your students? I have very few, if you're talking like in-person students, one-on-one, I have very few slots that I can maintain these days. They are all filled and there is a waiting list. So honestly, the best thing you can do is to go to workingdragonmystic.com and we have an online school with courses that are pre-filmed and you can take courses that are very similar, if not identical, to the ones that I teach students one-on-one. Great example is like when it comes to dragon magic, the class that I work with my students one-on-one with for dragon magic as a beginner would be Dragon Magic 101. That course is already up at the school for anyone to take, and it's at your own pacing. And we just released Dragon Magic 102 actually earlier this week. So that's there. And the rest of the Dragon Magic Path workings will be posted there. As well as we are going to start uploading more of my one-on-one courses that I do teach in workshops and all that stuff that will be going up in due time to the school. So my Evocation class, it'll be going up there. I think we're talking about doing a tarot card class. It'll be up there. There's some discussion about my advanced shielding class going up to the school. We are looking at potentially doing a Norse magic class. So all the classes that I do teach will be getting uploaded to the school. Now, for those who are on the waiting list and a spot does come open, then at that point, I do have to contact the person, see if they're interested, see what their availability is, see if they can manage to afford it, because the one-on-one in-person classes are a bit more expensive. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. Haley, I've been watching your channel, but I've never seen a live stream. But thank you for answering my comments. Your videos are super helpful. Well, Kaylee, I try to answer as many of the comments as I can. I really do. It gets daunting. But I do try to answer as many of them as I can. And it's actually one of the reasons I do the live streams and we started doing the vlogs, because the vlogs, I think, are going to allow me to answer more questions. At least that's my hope. We'll see if it works out the way I'm hoping. Also, if you're here and you're joining us for the live stream, hit the thumbs up, give us a like. really helps the algorithm, helps YouTube know people like the work we're doing, and YouTube will show the videos to more people. That way we can reach more people and seekers who are trying to find this information and get the word out, just to share that knowledge so more people can begin mastering their own lives. Okay, so be sure to hit that thumbs up for us. We appreciate it. Peachy, hey, you made it. Tara, is it possible to take the Dragon Magic 102 course if you haven't been able to master all of 101 course yet? Mainly to gain insight and information, not to practice anything serious. That's a hard one. Honestly, most of the 102 course builds on 101. So you would have to have completed 101 up to at least path working with all the rulers in order to actually work through 102. I mean, anyone could get it and watch it, but it actually references back to 101 and what you learned in it, that you really do need to complete 101 before you go into 102, because it is building on that. But I mean, when you say just insight and information, I mean, you're not actually doing the practices. You're just kind of gaining some insight on what's in there. I mean, in theory, you could do that. How much it would help you, that'd be harder. If you're still working on 101, Tara, don't worry about it. Take your time, work on 101, do all the path working with the rulers. You'll get there. There's no need to rush. That's one of the beauties of the way these courses are set up. You can work at your own pace. Now, you don't need mastery of 101, because honestly, the rituals and everything in 101, those are something you can build on and get better at throughout your career. But you do need to at least complete 101. So, yeah. You definitely need to get your co-magician and work with the rulers. Definitely. Let's see. So tell me, Susan says that you should not be going into a trance, but into a deep meditation to communicate with God or receive answers from the universe. What's the difference between trance and deep meditation? Honestly, not a whole lot of anything. You do reach a deep meditative state before you transition into trance. The major difference between that is you drop into a period where your energetic and conscious state quasi drifts from the material plane into the planes, larger planes as a whole. It makes you more open to communication with entities, which is why trance work is actually so good for that. And it also, even though trance work is also one of the starting points of astral projection, which allows you to traverse the astral plane and the planes that overlap it. So this is one of those things where you could be getting a terminology cross, because some people define things differently. That could be an issue. It could just be their individual viewpoint or fear. Because there are people who have a lot of fear of astral projection, unfounded fears actually, but that could be it. And it could also be the religion and or spiritual viewpoint. So again, that's one thing. Many of you know I don't approach magic as a religion or a spirituality. I approach magic as a science and a function. And I teach it as such. That way, if you wish to apply it to your belief system or religion, you can. That's no issues. But I've honestly never, ever in all my years and all the hundreds, if not thousands of magicians I've worked with, ever seen that statement or seen it stated as an issue. So that's an interesting one. If someone does not believe in reincarnation, will they not reincarnate? No, the cycle will continue whether you believe in the cycle or not. But again, reincarnation's not what most people think it is. Most people think the same person just kind of hops through time through a different meat suit. The soul is far too large to be contained into this meat suit. So only a fragment of the soul goes from life to life to life. It's not actually the same fragment every time. It's a brand new fragment. That's why we have ghost and reincarnation. Because if reincarnation worked and it was the same spirit every time, every single time repetitiously, we'd have no ghosts. If that makes sense. I don't want to go get my Comeg yet. I know deep in my heart I'm so not ready yet. At some point, Terry, you're just going to have to take the leap. Don't let fear hold you back. Kaylee, do you know if it's possible to have met your guardian before, the guardian dragon before doing the ritual of the flames? Sorry if that's the wrong. It's rare, but it is possible. Here's the thing, though. Even if you meet them, they're still not your guardian, because guardian it's a job. It is actually a job title that they have to be given. And it's not something that they just get to raise their hand and volunteer for. And it's not something you get to just hand to them. That's why the guardian dragon ritual is actually so important. Because that is actually when they are assigned to you officially. So it is rare that a person will meet the dragon that ends up assigned to them during that ritual. But it has happened in the past. But if you meet a dragon and befriend a dragon before that ritual, and then you do the ritual and they're not your guardian, you still have that dragon as a friend. They don't magically just say, well, I'm replaced. No, they're not replaced. You got this friend you made who's an awesome friend. Dragons make awesome friends. And now you have this dragon who's your guardian and you will become friends with and will be an awesome friend. Now you got two. That's awesome. Kind of a win-win if you ask me. Jedi Master, good evening. How you doing? Mugs up. It was my birthday Friday. Made it here for the end of the stream. I was enjoying nature down by the river. Have you worked with or met the entity? I think I have, but it's been forever, Jedi Master. I'm going to have to say, if I have, it's been very little, and wasn't enough that I think I'd be remotely an authority. Jade, welcome. Glad you can make it. Bernolda, it's good to see you. Talking Snake, welcome back. There's a few different goddesses that overarch the werewolf archetype, or the lichen archetype, and mythology. But to my knowledge, there's not a specific werewolf goddess, if that makes sense. But most of your dark lunar goddesses do cross over that the lichen archetype. So I was meditating this morning and was going through the fall sensation where I saw myself parachuting off a plane 4 or 5 times before I woke up. I could not transition. Any advice? Are you transition from meditation to trance? Is that what you're asking, Satomi? If that's the case, my advice would be to set up an arcane sanctum, which I have a video on arcane sanctums and how to set them up. The reason I advise this is The arcane sanctum will automatically transition you from a meditation to a trance state, because as you get into that meditative state and begin to focus on your sanctum, your consciousness actually shifts over to the astral, to where your arcane sanctum is. And since you're shifting to a known location intentionally, you actually avoid that sudden drop and fall feeling, which really freaks some people out. And it puts you in control of the transition. And once you are in the sanctum, you will be in a trance astral projected state, even if it's lightly. And the more time you spend there, the deeper it'll get, which is good. And the more time you spend there over time, the easier it'll get to get into those deeper states. That's one reason I love the astral sanctum. It's kind of like a cheat code for getting into trance and astral work. Let's see, Kaylee. Okay, I'm not sure if it's my guardian then, but I have met this dragon before the ritual. But hey, I won't complain about having a friend. That's the ticket right there, Kaylee. The hardest part of dragon magic is the fact that you can't just call these entities up and be like, hey, I need this to be done, or teach me this. You got to build a friendship with these entities, which actually in 102, you meet like, what is it, 15 to 20 dragons new. So that's 15 to 20 new friends you're going to be making in that class. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to build those relationships. But those relationships pay off dividends. They really do. And I don't mean to say that like you're making friends just for the payoff. You really shouldn't pursue it that direction per se. But at the same time, it really does pay off. And it's good to have those friends. It really is. So Vaughn, hey, good to see you. Mugs up. Yes, Hecate is actually a good example of that, ancient soul. Yes. Let's see. Tara, is a person able to become a werewolf if they want to once they pass over? My best friend loves werewolves, and I know she would love. Technically, once you pass over, you can take on whatever shape you want. Shape shifting is dealt with primarily in the planes and on the energetic realm. Myself and others have definitely researched Lycan and Skinwalker style lore. And I've taken flights to so many different places and camped out in the wilderness to track down proof of anything. I've heard some really creepy stories. I've seen some really creepy happenings, but never seen anything evident to make me think the physical transition is possible. But definitely on the spiritual side, it is. That much I've seen, that much I've even worked with some. But so that would definitely be possible, Terror. Now, that's not to say I'm going to stop doing my travels and my research and stuff. I mean, obviously, the current state of things has slowed my travel and research down. But I actually got a phone call last week about heading down into the woods in Kentucky to check out a possible cryptid, and a call from an old Cajun in Louisiana claiming a loup-garou is stalking his farm. So I'm probably going to return the calls, see what they say, and consider heading out there and checking them out if there's enough info to warrant a trip. Mysterious, any insight onto how people can pursue the occult for decades with the same tools and come to different conclusions about entities, the multiverse, etc.? Yeah, the multiverse is so massive and large that most people pursue it and they only get to see a viewpoint of the multiverse. Think of it more of like a, how can I best explain this? Think of a golf ball, okay? If you hold a golf ball, there's like 300 little divots in that golf ball, right? So as you pursue your gnosis and your training and your knowledge as a magician, you are seeing that divot, that one divot on that golf ball. Now, this golf ball represents the entire multiverse, the laws in it and the truths in it. Well, this magician over here, he's pursuing his. He's now looking at this divot. This guy's looking at that divot. This guy's looking at that divot. This guy's looking at that divot. So they are gaining gnosis and knowledge from a point of view. That doesn't necessarily make it inaccurate or false, but it is a point of view within the multiverse in which they are pursuing. Now, with that said, if you take all the different point of views and overlap them, you will find a much larger truth and a much larger point of view and greater knowledge and wisdom. Sadly, a lot of cultists are very stubborn and don't want to try and see where the edges line up or overlap. Instead, they spend more time arguing, if that makes sense, Mysterious. Let's see, Luna. With how bad I am at memorizing foreign names, I'm just going to give the dragons a stapler or a post-it notepad to put on their forehead. I'll be honest with you, Luna. That's why I keep a grimoire here. I keep all the names of the dragons I've met wrote down. I've actually met so many, I will actually be talking to them, call them by the wrong name sometimes. There's just way too many of them. Let's see, Satomi. Must I have my astral senses open before able to communicate with goetic spirits? No. You can actually just use what's called sigil evocation, which is essentially where you use the sigil of the goetic spirit, you activate it, and once activated, you can meditate on the spirit, and you can listen or feel for responses. Or you can even petition a request once it's activated. Grant you, this is kind of a blind one because you're petitioning a request that you know the spirit works in. And you don't really get much feedback without the meditation and stuff. So there's always that. But it's also a great way to get started because many of the goetic spirits can also help you develop those senses as well. So yeah, through sigil meditation and sigil evocation are great ways to get started without your senses being fully developed or developed at all for that matter. In fact, below all my videos, you'll see recommended books. And one of my favorite books for the Goetia is Demons of Magick. And the author really lays out a really simple, easy to approach for beginners system. So in your case, I'd actually drop down there and check that book out. There will be a link to it. Let's see, Kaylee, can I still make altars for those said friends out of respect when due to the ritual, make one for my guardian top, of course. I'm nervous to do the ritual. Yeah, you can still do altars. I mean, dragons don't require altars, but they love shinies. They love to have things set up, and they love to have friends show their gratitude and whatnot, just the way anybody does. So, yeah, I mean, you can totally set those altars up. Let's see. Hey, Mathis, man, been a while. Good to see you. Do I see astral wolves often? Actually, yeah, I do. Two of my spirit animals are wolves. So I encounter those two quite often. But also when traveling the plains, I tend to run into them a lot. I definitely run into a lot of wolves anytime I'm visiting Vanaheim. And Alfenheim. I run into wolves in both of those a lot. During my Cliffothic path workings that you all know I'm working on, which I'm hoping to talk about more in the vlogs, I actually expected to run into more wolves. I think I've only ran into a wolf while working within the Cliffothic twice. That's been a little weird. I actually expected to see more wolves there. But I do actually tend to run into wolves quite a bit through my astral workings. Says Crooks, what's the most evil grimoire you know by name? Well, see, that's kind of the thing. Evil's a point of view. The multiverse doesn't actually work on the views of good and evil. Those are man-made concepts. So it would really be, it's not the grimoire that's evil, it's how you use it. There's not one book out there that can't be used for evil. Any of them out there can be. It's a tool. How do you use it? That's the only thing that matters. Though I have found that a lot of people who publish these and seek out the most evil grimoires, they're looking for fictional books. Have you met or worked with the angel Jophiel? I don't think I've met him. I've heard the name, but if I've met him, I do not recall it. So Jophiel, if we have met, my apologies. I just don't remember you. Drop in, say hi, reacquaint me with you. But right off the top of my head, Caden, I'm going to have to say I do not think I've met him or her. I know the name. I've heard the name. Let's see, Emily, I bought that book you recommended a long time ago about the runes and can't wait for it to arrive. The one by Paxton. Oh, Taking Up the Runes. That is a fascinating read on the runes. It's really great. My favorite thing, Emily, about that book is the fact that every chapter where it talks about the runes, you don't just get one viewpoint. They give like 3 to 4 different rune workers gnosis on that particular rune, and they can differ so drastically. So the amount of gnosis and lore and knowledge that that book presents the rune worker in just one book is just invaluable. It's massive. I love it. Yeah, that is a great book, Emily. Do remember, though, it is different gnosis. I know a lot of people that when they first read it, it's confusing. They're like, well, this person says this and this person says this. How can it be both? The runes are far bigger than people give them credit for. It can be both. But yeah, it is a great book. Well, Mathis, it's good to see you, mate. It really is. I'm sorry it's been a rough 8. I know it's man, it's been a busy one around here. I'm hoping things are ironing out and getting easier for him. Kaylee, I got to go now, but thank you for answering my questions. Hope to see you next time. Well, thank you for joining us, Kaylee. It's great to have you. Take it easy and have a wonderful night and a great week. Hey, Dizzy, you made it. Better late than never. Uh, it kind of does have that downward pyramid look to it. It does. It looks like almost a downward 3-sided pyramid because of the dragon's eye triangle in it. Let's see. I saw a Baphomet's picture, the one that Panic uses in a book by David Eck. Later that night, I heard him say, "Don't move. What do you want?" I didn't do a ritual or anything. How did it talk to me? Well, Baphomet, that's a tricky one. There's actually people who will debate whether Baphomet's an entity at all, because it don't even show up at all in history until the Templars. And some people actually think it's more of a, well, I want to say Indian deity. And it just kind of got hijacked by Satanism. And I think it was Antonio LaVey, possibly, who was the first one to borrow the image as a conceptual image for his philosophy, not a literal image of Satan. But that said, there's a lot of theories around the entity, but entities don't need us to do rituals to talk to us. They can just say hi. They really can. And especially if you have a symbol that's not actually a specific entity, but may even represent multiple entities, these symbols can be utilized by these entities to help communicate messages to you. Baphomet is actually a great symbol for entities to speak through. Entities of all kinds, including angels, gods, spirits, all of them, and male and female, obviously, for many reasons there. The image itself is dualistic. So, yeah, I mean, that is very, very doable. Many of the entities I've worked with, they reached out to me first. Freya and Odin are great examples of that. Creative Kev, love your hat. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks, Kev. And appreciate the vibes. Mugs up to you. Need a refill now. It's okay. We keep plenty of coffee on hand for the coffee hour. Do I do readings? If so, how to verify? I do my own readings. I don't do readings for hire. I prefer people to do their own divination, teach people to do their own divinations. I believe more in self-empowerment as opposed to just being a Q&A guy. That's one of the reasons I got into teaching. I have occasionally done readings for students who are taking classes with me that are stuck with something, or for a friend who's asking a question, but I've never charged for it, and I don't do them professionally. Living in Washington State and seeing way too many charlatans doing readings left a bad taste in my mouth on doing readings. Let's see. As far as how do I verify when I do a reading, I keep a journal. I take notes, and I don't really look back at it, and I don't really use it to predict the future. The future is always in motion. So if you do a reading, you only get a snapshot of what the future would be at that exact moment, and your actions after the reading can completely begin to alter it. So the real power of divinations isn't future predicting. It's more or less helping you to understand where a pathway will take you so you can choose the path that will best benefit you. That is the real power of divinations. Are you talking about like the Lovecraftian Great Old Ones, or which ones? There's a lot of groups that use the term Great Old Ones, Mathis. You might need to narrow that one down for me. See, Mysterious, I kept an altar for the four rulers for quite a while. They wanted me to take it down for a time because they didn't want me to feel like I was serving them, but seemed helpful for making contact. Yeah, dragons really aren't big on the being worshipped thing or the being served. So if the altar kind of starts drifting you over into servitude as opposed to the friendship concept, they'll probably have you take it down just to help you understand the equality and the balance of the friendship and the actual relationship, so that you don't drift into that. If that makes sense, Mysterious. Can gods appear with the magician evoking them? Yeah, that's literally what evocation is. You call an entity into the space you're working in. So, yeah. Creative Kev, what coffee do you like? Man, I am a coffee junkie. I try a lot of coffees. I've had coffee from all around the world. Though, that said, we keep both Death Wish and Iron Bean Coffee Company coffees in this house on a regular staple. And when it comes to, and we also do keep Black Rifle. Those three companies are kind of our go-tos. Death Wish, we just standard death wish. Iron Bean, we like skulls of our enemies. We like Thor, fierce, integrity, and fear no evil. Those are kind of the faves around here. Though the household fave from Iron Bean is definitely skulls. That one is just one me and the wife never get tired of. We absolutely adore it. In fact, I even ship it to her when she's on deployments. And from Black Rifle, my go-to is Beyond Black and Blackbeard's Delight. I love those two. Those are good coffees. The wife enjoys Silencer Smooth. So hope that answers your question, Creative. I mean, hey, Black Rifle, Iron Bean, Death Wish, if you're seeing this, you're probably not. But if you do, if you want to sponsor us, we love you. And keep doing what you're doing. We love you. Although for Keurig coffee, when it comes to the little Keurig we got here in the office, oh crap, what is the brand? I can't think of the brand name, but it's called Dark Magic is the roast. That stuff is good. My wife found that one. She got me hooked on it. That's what we keep in the Keurig. Hey, Satomi, Washington, huh? Cool. Yeah, I was up there. We spent 10 years in Washington. We were originally stationed around Bremerton, and then we was up at and around Whidbey Island. I actually attended a few of the pagan prides up there, worked them. Let's see, Chris, I've always found an interest in werewolves, snakes, wolves, cats, and dragons. So all my studies surround entities that are involved with the animals. They always show up in my dreams. Yeah, I can understand that. Werewolves I've not had the biggest fascination with as some people, but when it comes to cryptid research and possible sightings, I don't know why. I've never been a werewolf fan like the books or the movies or anything, but when it comes to the cryptids, that's when it gets my attention because that's when it gets weird. And even though I've not found anything to really hold a lot of water on the research, man, anytime I get some good reports, I can't help it. I got to run out there and check some stuff. I really do. I don't know. Maybe it's just the sense of adventure or thrill for me. I love being in the woods and investigating these things. I don't know, Chris. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, actually, I have done some working with the great old ones. My original approach to them was to find out if they were egregores or thought forms, as some people have theorized, or if they were real entities that may have inspired his writings without him knowing it. In my experience, I actually do genuinely believe I'm leaning toward their real entities. That is my current standing, though I am actually looking to do a deep dive into them and actually do a lot more research, journey work, and evocation with the great old ones to find out more and flesh out my understanding and my gnosis better. And that is something that will be shared on the channel when I get ready to do that. But yeah. And yeah, I've worked with the Egyptians. Me and Anubis, we got along pretty well. And I can't think of his name right now, but me and the alligator guy got along. And Isis, I got along well with Isis. But I never really did well with the Egyptians as a whole. They're a bit bigger on worship than I like. Zeus, have I worked with him? Yes. I personally find him to be a jerk, but him and I can sit down and have some pretty good conversations from time to time. Though I do prefer working with Hades over Zeus. Him and Persephone is pretty cool, as is Poseidon. I've spent a lot of time working with Poseidon. So yeah, I mean, I've worked with different entities over the years. It's just the Egyptians and the Olympian Pantheon. I don't know. I just never stuck around long. I still pop in and work with some of them from occasion. Like actually, I spoke with Poseidon last week, But I don't know. It always fascinates me how certain pantheons tend to attract people, or certain entities do. Like I still work with Hades from time to time, just not the Olympians as a whole. See, Wizard Warrior, never got a notification that you were in after I pressed the remind me. The remind me's done that to me a few times on some live streams I wanted to attend to, Wizard. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my settings or something else. I don't know. I'm still looking into it for me. If I figure mine out, I'll let you know. Mathis, your coffee addiction scares me. If I quit coffee, that should scare you, Mathis. I am a grumpy Gus without my coffee. I love my coffee. I'm not a big alcohol guy. I don't smoke or anything like that. Coffee is my vice. This is my little cup of happiness. And no matter how stressful my day is going, I can sit down with my cup, sip it, and relax. So as far as vices go, I'm doing pretty good. Creative, thanks for answering my question. Hey, no problem. That's why we're here. Have a little fun, tell a few jokes, answer some questions, and try to learn something in the process. Let's see. Bernaldus, keep in mind, folks, you can always use the super chat to get your messages seen. Yes, Bernaldus, that is correct. If I'm missing any questions, you can always use the super chat to make sure your questions are seen. It will flash up on the screen. Let's get those likes. Yes, again, we got 33 people in here, 25 likes. Give us the thumbs up. The algorithm that YouTube has, they love the thumbs up. And it does actually let YouTube know to show more people the video. That way, all those people who are seeking this information can find the channel and learn, because that's what we're here for, ain't it? We're to share practical information for self-mastery to everyone. That is the mission. Okay, and it jumped. Earth Dragon, my dreams haven't been showing lately, so that gives me a sign that I need to get working on dream magic. I miss being a dragon. Well, actually, Earth Dragon, if you're taking the 101 course, anytime you're in your astral sanctum, you can shapeshift into a dragon. So you can actually consciously do that all the time. You can shapeshift anytime you're in the astral into a dragon, which is fantastic. Luna, if Drake quits coffee, we're going to need a team of exorcists. Bugs up, Luna. That was great. Let's see, Dizzy. Is it okay to use myself as a deity? Could something kick my butt if I try? I know it sounds narcissistic, but I think it could be convenient. Is this serving the higher self? Actually, Dizzy, that's a perfectly legitimate concept. What you got to understand is gods and deities have that title because we give them that title. Entities are entities are entities are entities are entities. Across the board, all entities are entities. We're entities, grant you. We have a physical presence, which is something most entities don't, but we're still entities. So yeah, actually viewing yourself as your own god, there's a lot of magicians who take this approach. And it can lead to some narcissism if you're not careful. Be careful on that. Be mindful of that. But as to a path of ascension, self-knowledge, and self-empowerment, as long as you maintain a balance in your understanding, No, it's a great road. It really is a great road, and many magicians take it, and that is totally legitimate. Dizzy. I know there's a lot of religious or spiritual people out there who probably smoke spiraling out their ears at my statement here, but it's totally legit. There's magicians all over the world who do it. In fact, a lot of your Cliffothic practitioners are the exact people who follow this ideology. Yes, deities can appear without evocation. In fact, there's someone in the Discord server who has had this happen more than once to her. They just kind of walked in, it's like, "Hi, how you doing?" And she's ended up working with them. Mathis, your channel has grown so much. I think it was like the 68th sub. Well done, man. Yeah, Mathis, it is mind-boggling. We crossed 7,000. We are closing in on that 10K milestone, which I've been trying to think. I got to do something special for that 10K because there's no doubt the channel's going to hit it soon. If things stay the way they are mathematically, there's a good chance we're going to cross the 10K mark. Ironically, possibly around October, November, which is pretty amazing. So all I can say is thank you to you all, because the viewers, you guys are the ones that really make it happen. I know a lot of you actually share the videos in different social medias because you actually enjoy them so much and you want to share them with other people. And thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your support. And my patrons who, you guys make sure if the camera breaks due to me, you make sure I can replace it. I appreciate y'all. You make sure we don't miss a beat. You guys got my back, and I appreciate it. Leah, back for my second coffee hour. Welcome back. Mugs up to you. See, Reaver, if I wanted to move a spiritual / magic oriented community, what would be the best place to go? See, that depends on what you're looking for, because every community is going to be a little different. They're going to have a slightly different flavor, different feel, different opinion. I mean, I've been to 48 states. I found wonderful magical communities in all of them. Some of them can be harder to find than others. And the funny thing is, they all have good communities and they all have toxic communities. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. So, if I was you, and this is from my personal opinion, but since you asked, I would focus on where you want to live. Focus on the environment, the weather, the surrounding habitats, the nature, what the housing like. All those things that you want to take into where you actually want to set down your roots. I'd look into that, not the magical community, because they all have their communities. And the communities come and go, and they change with time, inevitably. The good ones become pretty crappy from time to time. So I'd say it's more important to be happy where you're living than with the magical community. Let's see. Last night I had a dream that someone cut my dog's tail, and I quickly took her to the sink. She started to vomit blood for some reason. I dropped down and started with my eyes out, punching the floor. Bawling your eyes out, punching the floor. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to our pets, our animals, and our, I can totally understand that reaction. As to the meaning, dreams can hit real. They really can. You hit that really good rim, and dreams can be as real as reality to you. Whether or not they have meaning, they're tricky like that. A big thing I would do in this case is I'd keep an eye on the dog, just make sure it's healthy. If anything seems out of place, maybe take it to the vet, get a checkup. That'd be my general thoughts on it. A12, I share the videos. Appreciate it. T-Busy, Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord. See here. Let's see. Oh, for those of you who, before we get ready to wrap up here, I did focus most of this week on shorter 24-hour fasting. I know some of you are curious about how that's been going. It's been going good. I don't know if the vlogs themselves will just keep up with the fasting, because I'd like the vlogs to cover more than just that. I'm sure I'll give some quick updates here and there in the vlogs. But as always, if you all have a question or topic you'd like me to talk about in one of the vlogs, let me know. Email me, message me privately in Discord, or drop a comment below. Whether it be on one of the vlog videos or anything, just let me know. Drake, in a video or vlog, could you perhaps try and talk about this? The big thing is with the vlogs, since those are they're less edited and more raw, I don't have to dive in as deep, so I can answer questions more broadly on the vlogs, which is helpful. So that allows us to get some of those out more. Of course, the Tuesday videos, we are still going to be doing the in-depth lore style videos and the informative stuff. Those aren't going anywhere. But since we do have the vlogs and they do seem to be working and you all seem to enjoy them, make sure you guys give me a heads up on what you might want me to talk about. Let's see, Tara, dude, I got to the part in Aquaman where it's pretty much a ocean dragon. It's so, I've never seen Aquaman. I have not. I really have not. People tell me I need to see it. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's a dragon in there, huh? That should be interesting. All right. Cool. Okay. Well, we're going to get ready to wrap up here. I got some places I got to be, and I need some Tylenol. I'm sore from yesterday, but that's okay. For those who may not have heard, Dragon Magic 102 did go live. It is officially live. It's ready to go and for purchase over at workingdragonmystic.com. Go over there, click the online courses. All the classes and courses available are there. Dragon Magic 101 and 102. As well as if you go into the community section, I believe there's a link posted there as well. If you want to jump straight over to Dragon Magic 102. The meditation course. Oh, that's right. That's something. So I've had a lot of people asking why the meditation course was priced differently. And the truth being, it's freaking huge. Many of you know it was one of the first courses we filmed. And we went balls to the wall filming it. We wanted to try and make sure we left nothing out. And yeah, we probably should have broke it into 2 courses, but we didn't. And that being said, I know meditation isn't everyone's favorite cup of tea, and I get that. I do. So to hopefully encourage more people to take meditation, because it is so vital to all magicians. There's no exemption to this. Meditation is vitally important to all magical practices. we decided, we just went ahead and made the price level with the other courses. It's down to $30. So if you've been contemplating whether or not to take the meditation course and do all the path workings and all the detailed workings that are in there, it is now $30. So that's very affordable for something like that. Courses half its size I've seen go for $200-$300. But y'all know me. I try to make this information at the school practical because, well, I'll be honest with you. Most people, when they come to Magick, the first thing they're looking for is a way to improve their finances. So why would you start someone with something $300? That just don't make no sense to me. But yeah, the meditation course is great. It is one of the foundational ones. We go into detail in passive meditation, focused meditation, movement meditation. We touch on trance work. There's an entire elemental path working contained within it. I mean, we really went all out. The team worked hard on that, and I'm very grateful for everyone who helped with that. There's also guided meditations, sound meditations, all those things are bundled into that one massive course. So if you've been considering it, like I said, we have dropped the price on it because meditation is important. We're trying to get more people to learn to enjoy it, honestly. It's not as boring as people think it is. It's not about sitting there with a blank mind, people. Meditation can be a lot of fun, so definitely check it out. Satomi, I took the course for its original price. I enjoyed it. It helped me. Satomi, thank you for the shout out on that. Appreciate it. And thank you for the donation. Yeah, definitely. And see, here we got a review here from Satomi. Satomi actually, tell me it was worth it for the original price. So appreciate it, Satomi. Mugs up to you. Unknown. Okay, Unknown. I'm going to handle this last question before I go because this is a biggie. I respect this question. Here's the thing. Parents are difficult, especially depending on your age. There's a reason I never take students under 18, unless I have taken like a 16 or 17-year-old student with a signed waiver from the parents. Beyond that, I do not take students under 18. And that's because parents are a big factor in a person's life. See you, Chris. And when you live in a person's household, there is a manner of respecting the household because they put a roof over your head, they help feed you, they help clothe you, they provide a lot. I can't count the number of people who can't wait to move out of their parents' house only to want to move back because they don't realize how much crap their parents pay for. So it can be hard. Honestly, this is going to sound bad, but parents, you got to take them at different pacings. Like my mom, if I tried to discuss this with her, there would have been none of that when I lived at home. In fact, she wrestled with my career choice for many, many years. Only now is she starting to come around and talk to me a bit more about it because she realized Drake ain't changing his path. He's walking it and he's succeeding. So oftentimes the best thing you can do is to just keep it private, which is one of the reasons I love like the astral sanctum. If you set up an astral sanctum, you can easily just do basic meditation, go to your astral sanctum and do all your ritual working there. And you can do all your workings there. And practically every spirituality, belief system, or religion, meditation's fine. So if you sit down in a chair to meditate, and that's what you tell them you're doing, which isn't a lie, it's true. But then you go to your astral sanctum and you practice your spirituality and you practice your magic and you develop there until you can move out on your own. And then you can, set up your workspaces and whatnot in the physical as well. That's the easiest way to handle it. But every parent's different. Some parents, they're going to be encouraging. Some parents won't understand, but they'll be like, I don't know. I don't understand what you're doing, but if it's working for you, you do it. That was kind of my dad's approach. He didn't understand it. He didn't get it, but Dave, I was happy. My grandfather, Nope. He'd have had me go pick a tree branch to beat me with. So yeah, I never told him. Well, I did have the conversation with him, but I didn't live there, and I was way too big for him to whoop at the time. So you just kind of got to pace yourself, and that sometimes just avoiding the argument, especially if you're younger and still live at home, it's the easiest to do. Because even if they're a pain in your rear, they're still your parents, and that is a hard line of to balance. It really is. But check out the Astral Sanctum video. Watch it and work on your meditation and your grounding and shielding. And those would be some great places to start. Unknown. All right, everyone, with that question, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go bug some people. I'm going to get some more coffee too and that Tylenol. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We do have a video coming out Tuesday. I want to believe it's actually on Conway's Draconic Script. I know a lot of people's been asking me questions about that, so we finally got a video on that one. And we will try to have another vlog this week also. Probably Wednesday or Thursday. And other than that, I will see you all either in the Discord. For any of you who are in the Discord, always give me a shout out, say hi. I usually try to say good morning. And I'm in there often just talking with y'all randomly. Or I will see you Friday for Research and Ramblings when we go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are interested in any of the classes, make sure you go over to workingdragonmystic.com and click that little online course tab. You can check out all the current classes there. We've got a lot more planned, a lot more uploading because I can't get to everyone personally. So this is allowing me to reach more people and get all the classes that I do teach available. So yay for technology, even if it don't like me. We're working together to build a better tomorrow. Y'all take it easy. Mugs up. Have a great week. Bye-bye.